Douglin. You know what I'm saying? The
Hello
mommas
out there,
boy.
boxing world. What's good? What's good?
How you doing, man?
I'm blessed, man. I'm doing amazing. Feeling good. Training, living my life, taking care of my babies, drinking water. Life is good right now. You feel me?
That's what's up, man. I heard some cool news. Jose Benavidez Senior said he gonna call you in for the Boo Boo camp.
Yes, sir. I'm outside. I'm gonna be training with Benavidez, so I'm excited about that. Like me and David go to war when we spar. On some positive, like I like working with him. On top of that, I want to fight him again. So like, this is gonna be good for me to see where I'm at with him.
That's what's up. That's what's up. When I heard that, I was like, yeah, that's my guy. So we could definitely chop it up. I went around camp time, see how he looking, and talking a little bit more boxing. But it's been a minute since I haven't chopped it up with you, man. I mean, we haven't even talked about the Spence and Crawford fight, and now that they're activating the rematch clause, meaning wants to jump right back in there, no tune-ups, no nothing.
I love it. I love it. I respect it. Let's get it. Win or lose, man. That's what it's about, bro. Like you gotta take chances. For me, so I love that he just reactivated it, get right back to it. I don't know what's gonna happen. You feel me? Like I'm not saying, but I think it's gonna be a much more competitive fight this time around. So we'll see.
You
I'm
believe it
excited.
will be?
I really do. I don't. I mean, anybody that watches boxing and is a follower of boxing understands that that was not 100% Earl Spence. Not taking away anything from Crawford because Crawford is official. You feel me? But I just don't feel like I feel like that Arrow just looked off to me, in my opinion. You feel me? So I want to see it again. Maybe the weight drain was a little bit too much for him at this time. It's a couple different things, so we'll see.
When did
I'll
you?
say this though. I'll say this before I don't leave it alone. Like, so Arrow was out here for like 3 weeks before the fight, 3 to 4 weeks before the fight. So I'm hype. I'm licking my chops. I'm coming to the gym like, oh, I want that work. I want that work. But he didn't want to spar me because he last couple of weeks focused on his weight loss. You feel me? Like so, in my opinion, you feel me? Like for a fight like that kind of caliber, weight shouldn't be what we working on, focused on the last 3 weeks. You working on our technique, working on that kind of stuff. So I just feel like it was a struggle for him. I really do. So I want to see the fight again.
Yeah, I also felt like it would have been good for you to spar him because I felt like he kind of struggled with the southpaw look. Um, and it's hard to get good southpaw sparring. And at the same time, I think people overlooked how physically strong Terrence is. So
I did. I did. I
me too.
did. Something
Yeah,
strong.
like I was
Something
hearing,
strong.
I was hearing so many interviews talking about like I just didn't know who's being biased, who's not. And you're obviously a bigger guy, southpaw at that, so it could have been a nice little mix up. Um, you believe in there's so much talk right now talking about, and it's kind of hard to just to differ what's real and what's not. People are saying that supposedly he needs a new trainer or he's getting a new trainer. What do you
I
believe
said I
from?
said it on the gram too. Um, I don't know if I believe that, but I mean, hey, people do what they gotta do. But I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know the ins and outs of their camp. You feel me? Like I don't know the chemistry, so I don't even want to put my input into that. You feel me? Like until he says that, I'm gonna leave that alone. You feel me?
I agree. I'm in the same wave because once I heard it, Calvin Ford, I called Calvin. He said I never heard of nothing like that. Then when I heard Roy Jones, I was like, well, he didn't even want to shake Roy's hand. So I was like, I had too many odds, and I'm like, this is just the media playing their part, I guess. Um, but nevertheless, we also, when it comes down to Terrence Crawford, there's been a lot of talks of his former opponents coming up after Spence. In your behalf, you see it would be, a competitive fight in the rematch, but do you feel like my bad, yeah. I think it's the signal. Um you're almost at the gym anyway, right? Getting better, getting better.
Okay. Once I get stationary, I should be good
Word.
money. and fight Kevin. Oh, this is where Errol trained for the fight too. Wow.
This is where he trained.
So, yeah, for when he was in Vegas anyway. I should be good now. You can hear me
Money, we
now?
money right now.
Let's get it.
Word. So, you say the rematch would be more competitive. You believe?
I do. I do. At 154, there's a 154. At 154, yeah. And that shouldn't be a problem for Buck because he wanted to go to 168 to fight Canelo. So, like 154 jump should be nothing. Like, and that's actually that's actually good for him because if you really want to go up to Canelo, you should work your way up slowly. So, it's a win-win for everybody. Like, in my opinion, like, the fans get another amazing fight set up. Crawford gets to move up slightly and to see how he's going to do going up. And Errol gets to run it back. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins exactly. Um, how do you feel about Terrence Crawford moving up in weight? You know what I'm saying? To go, fight. The winner of Canelo Alvarez and Charlo.
I love it, bro. I love the pressure, the energy that he's bringing back to boxing. Not ducking nobody. Like it's a real different type of energy than what boxing seen for a while. Like boxing has seen like people get to the top and they just want to protect their top spot. Like they want to pick fights strategically, stay number one, don't get losses. But I feel like Bud really putting it out there, like, okay, I want to fight you, I want to fight you, I'm gonna fight you. Like he really, his energy right now is so refreshing. Like that's the type of energy I love. Like I want to fight, win or lose, give me the best. So and he winning. So like I'm loving it. I'm loving like the pressure he's putting on boxing. Even like you gotta look at the fights that's being made. I feel like that's because of Errol and Bud. Like Shakur and Frank Horn, that's fire. That's fire. Yeah, that's fire. Benavidez and Boo Boo, like boxing's lit, and I feel like although we had Ryan and Tank before this, I feel like really Spence and Bud put everybody on. Okay, we gotta work now. Like
I think it was Plant and Benavidez.
okay, you know what? You're right. All right, I give you that. Plant Benavidez did start to set it up, but still, Bud's energy is different. Like even since like Benavidez won that fight, he kind of just was on his Canelo wave, trying to find Canelo. Now he got the bull fight. That's dope. But I love like Bud energy different. Like, he didn't been calling out Wilder type shit. Like he's going everybody. Like that's lit. That's the energy we need, man. So shout out to Bud for like he made me. I've always been like a fan of his skills. You feel me? But like he's making me a fan of him. Like I'm a fan of him now. Like as I'm hearing him talk more in his interviews, like his energy, like he's solid. He got it. He got it.
Who do you favor in this? You know, first of all, when you fought, which Charlo did you fight?
Now,
Ooh,
yeah, fuck now.
it's
Fuck
over. This
now.
this interview just took a toll right now. This interview just took a toll right now because I know you sparred Canelo.
Yes.
It's over. It's over. What's your prediction?
Canelo, bro. And you know what's crazy? I feel like Canelo is slowing down. So I feel like right now is the time to fight him. You could get a dub off Canelo. I really think so. But I was actually leaning towards Charlo at first. But when I saw the press conference,
Damn, the signal just smashed on us. Yo, get get the Wi-Fi password over there.
King, do you have Wi-Fi? Two,
My
Jason.
man, Mama's boy, he sparred Canelo, fought Charlo, so it don't get any better than that. It really
um,
don't get any better than that. Make sure you guys smash the like button. We got the one and only Dennis Douglin, the Mama's boy. This guy right here, he's so funny. He he's worked with almost everybody in the business, but he's also a character at that. He doesn't need boxing, but in the same time, he chooses it because he loves the game. So he's just one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? You got cut off for a little bit, but now you're better now. You're better now. All right. So let's start this all over. All
I
right.
bet.
You've
Okay,
been
okay,
in
okay.
the ring with both fighters, Canelo Alvarez and Jamel Charlo. You said that after the press conference, you're leaning towards Canelo. Tell me. I think I'm feeling the same thing you feeling for some reason.
Nah, just in my opinion, bro, Charlo just sounded happy to be there. Like, oh, this is good. I'm in. I mean, I made it. We going to put on a hell of a fight. He wasn't giving me, I'm about to beat son up energy. You know, like he wasn't giving me that, and that's what I wanted to be. It felt like, yeah, let's shake my hand, you know, allow the opportunity. You know, like this is gonna be cool. It kind of reminded me of you were in the Caleb Plant fight versus Canelo in like round 9 or whatever. Caleb was like, I'm doing pretty good, right? Like, what are you doing? Y'all just happy to be here. Type thing. Like, you know, like that's the same energy I'm getting. I'm not getting that. I'm about to be him. I'm like, after just watching Errol Spence and Buzz energy, talking crazy big fish. I'm going fishing. I'm about to smoke this bud. Like it. That's the kind of energy I want to see. You feel me? Like, but yo, thanks for the opportunity, champ. Like, we gonna put on the show. Like, bro, nah, that's not it. That's not it.
And it's not in Charlo's character either.
Exactly. Son seems super humble. You know, like I'm not really digging it, but I've been wrong before 2 times. I've been wrong twice my whole life. So this give me the thing.
So let's talk skills. You've
Okay.
been in there with both of them. Tell me.
So when I sparred Canelo. This was years ago. So let me make that clear. I sparred Canelo for the James Kirkman fight. So this was a minute ago. I, however, think Canelo was a lot better skill wise then, in my opinion. Um, so that works in Charlo's favor. I don't think. Not saying he doesn't have the skill, but he don't use it. He just walk down. He walk you down. Little pull straight, but he trying to bang 1, 2 shots at a time. He not really like that. That Danny Jacobs Canelo, that fourth Danny, the head movement. For me, that post Floyd Canelo, like he was different. You know, like for real, he was different. So I think that works in Charlo's favor. But I don't know. I think like just off the energy, I think Canelo got Charlo's heart a little bit. Like I feel like Canelo gonna do what he gonna. That's how I feel. So I'm leaning towards Canelo, but I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if Charlo came out this. I'm watching his little videos. Him working with Guzman, that's dope. Shout out to Jean Guzman.
Yep.
Um,
Former champion.
that's, exactly, that's dope. So I could be wrong. You feel me? I actually wouldn't mind being wrong. You know, I wouldn't mind if, just because of what it would do for boxing. If Charlo was to win that fight, that would be a dope little wow. What's next type of shit. You feel me? Like so. Shout out to Charlo, but I think Canelo got it. Said Dr. Umar. Yeah, funny.
Yeah, nah, 100%. Because I mean, like, you fought Benavidez and Charlo in the early stages of your career,
Yeah.
so to know where they're at now, and to make the changes in their game. When it comes to the power with both of them, you felt them both for power. Who has the stronger crack?
In my
A-
opinion, at that time, I would say Canelo. When I
And
was
that's a
part
smaller, that's a lighter weight Canelo right
And
there.
that was a Canelo that was like, because I caught him, the shot that he hit me with a body shot one time we was sparring. I went back to someone corner like, "Ma, I ain't gonna lie to you. If you hit me like that again, I'm gonna quit." She started laughing at me. But and now this is when he was cutting weight. You feel me? He was sucking down. You know what I'm saying? So sparring me with the sauna suit on. It was me. He was sparring 3 of us. It was me, Jamie Cox, and what's that? The young boy from the UK. He nice too. Smaller though. Forgot his name. But anyway, he was sparring all 3 of us. He was working, bro. So I'm gonna say Canelo had to crack. Benavidez, in my opinion, doesn't really punch that hard. Are we talking about Benavidez or Charlo? So on Charlo, right?
Charlo, because they're fighting September 30th, so we got to get to.
Charlo. So this is gonna sound crazy because he stopped me. But in my opinion, Charlo didn't hit hard until he hit me hard. If that makes sense.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro, Mama's boy's funny as hell. He's like, he didn't hit hard until he hit hard. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys smash the like button if you like what you got going on over here. You froze up on me, bro. You froze up on me. Um, you know,
Let me see. Let me see.
man, there it is. You know what it is? You moving. You're getting excited that we're talking again. You know what I'm saying?
I know, my fault. I'm saying stuff. But yeah, so with Charlo, first round he came out, it was decent. I think I had the nervous energy. He won the first round. Second round, he won the second round. Third round, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get him. Like he soft to me. I'm gonna go get him. So I started to go get him third round, fourth round. Now the fight even 2-2. Round 5, I'm thinking he can't punch like that. So I'm gonna step into him. So I'm being careless. I ran right into ran. That shit hurt. That shit hurt.
That's his money.
Yeah. So like I said, I thought he couldn't punch till he could punch. You feel me? Like that one punch was it. So that's big. Well, so we'll see. I'm excited. It's good boxing everywhere. It's good boxing. You feel me? But yeah, I'm going with Canelo.
Um, when we talk about skills, you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, back when I was sparring, when I sparred Canelo, I thought his skill was top notch. I thought the way he played his body shots was amazing, his angles. I learned a lot in that camp from him. I'm not gonna lie to you, like on how to place my shots, how to turn my hips, his eyes, like I say all that. With Charlo, I feel like he's very basic, but basics. If you master your basics, you can like that's it. Like you don't need to do much. All the extra you don't got. If my 1-2 is fire, I keep good range. I keep a good jab. I keep you out of like when I'm stepping around. That's good skill. You give me some. So they both nice, but I would lean with Canelo back in the days.
Mm. But well, you know what? Gearing up to that, I believe your skill level doesn't. It always gets better, but your abilities start to get tarnished when you get a little older. It could be the overwork or the wars that you've been in. So in reality, Canelo has the abilities in his head to do what he wants to do. It's just if he wants to apply it in training camp, so he can do it in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you all around, you're basically telling me you believe that Canelo's just an all around better fighter. How do you see the fight going down though?
I see. I see it going decision. I don't see him stopping Charlo because I just don't think Charlo's gonna be there for that. You feel me? Like so, I think he's gonna get outboxed, out punched. He's gonna get punched on. Oh, that was ugly. But I think he, but I think he's gonna go decision. I think he's gonna go decision.
Now you been in there with Plant at all?
Yeah, sport. I put a video of him viral playing drop
Oh
kick.
yeah, yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
sparred 3 times. We're technically no 4 times. We're technically 2-2. So I want to spar him or fight him too. Shout out to Plant.
yeah, because I remember you was getting out. You was getting out. So when you went from when you got locked up, you came back in and you just wasn't ready. But
I just
when it comes down to that fight that they had with Canelo and Caleb Plant had a good first of the half of the fight. It seemed like his legs gave up on him. Do you believe he possesses a better footwork than Charlo, Caleb Plant?
yeah, definitely. That's Caleb thing. Caleb is a firm right now. Like he starts off when his legs going like Benavidez too. Like he moving great. But then when he slows down, you feel me? Like he slows down for real. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's what it is. But shout out to Caleb. Caleb is good. Caleb footwork is better. So I would definitely give Caleb the much better, the superior footwork than Charlo.
So you're just basically saying that it's the dog in Charlo that's gonna keep him alive for 12 rounds.
His dog, he has good timing. Charlo has good timing. Like he has great timing with his shot, his punch selection. Um,
But the thing about
yeah,
it is that Canelo got great timing as well.
he does he anymore? Like I don't know. Like I really
Oh,
don't know anymore. Like Canelo is just so different to me, and I'm not trying to be a hater. Look, I really am a fan of Canelo. Like I loved everything when he brought me out there to his camp, how he was, him as a fighter. I think he's great, but I don't see the same Canelo, bro. Like he just like he's just trying to get rid of everything, but he not really lining it up like he used to. He used to line it up. You feel me?
so you lean towards Canelo in this fight, but you also believe it's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, no, I don't believe it's a 50 fight. I'm leaning
Mm,
towards Canelo.
60-40, 60-40 type shit.
I'm gonna give him 75-25. I'm gonna give him 75. Yeah, I'm gonna say but that's 20. It's a good 25.
25, 25% of some hope. What do you guys think in the chat? His, his Dennis getting excited again. He getting excited again. Got frozen. It's good.
I
It's good.
did
It's good.
twice.
It's good. Um. So today we so speaking of that, like when it comes down to Jamel and Crawford, like if like Jamel doesn't get beat up too bad, or say he has a competitive fight, how do you see that matchup with Jamel and Crawford?
After Canelo fight, I think it's gonna be ugly. Like Canelo,
He kind of messes you up a little bit, right? Like,
yeah, you feel me? Like yeah, he can really throw him off heavy. Especially if it ends bad. If it ends bad, yeah, that could be it for that. You get what I'm saying? Like he has done that multiple times. You feel me? Like fighters have poor Canelo got the check, but have never been the same. You feel me? Like we've seen that happen too many times. So I don't know. But then Charlo's a black man, bro. You can't like we different. We built different. So like shout out to Charlo, man. Like I think, like I said, his boxing is lit. It's gonna be a good fight either way.
hmm so I mean, you believe in the damaged goods, when it comes down to Canelo. Why don't you feel the same way with the Errol Spence rematch, knowing that it's already been damaged, the damage is already there, done with Spence?
Um, I don't know. Like I just know as I was watching Spence, that wasn't the best Spence. But it was by far the best Crawford that I've seen. Anyway, Crawford looked amazing, but
Jamie.
Spence just looked a step off. He looked slower. He didn't look like as reactive. And now I feel like that had a lot to do with him cutting weight and just the preparation for the fight. So I feel like he's gonna be a lot more prepared. He's gonna be a lot more focused. The way he's gonna be better, so he can focus on his actual skill. I just think it's gonna be a better fight. I don't think we've seen a washed Errol. We just saw a bad Errol for one gym. So that's why we gotta do it. See it again. Let's see what happens this time. We've seen this man come back from, you feel me, like where they said you never gonna box again, my boy. And he came back and gave Danny his first L. You feel me, like so he has it. You feel me? Like we've seen him do this. So I never count fighters out like a fighter like a Errol, a fighter like a Julian Williams, film fighters that we've seen battle back, bro. You feel me? Like we've seen that. So that's what I'm just saying. But he got a big monster in front of him. You feel me? Bud is definitely different. Different. So it's lit. But to know that and then still get sign that rematch clause, activate that clause, get it popping right away, like you different too. You feel me? Like y'all both official. So shout out to them.
100%. You spoke upon a monster, another guy that you fought in the ring, David Benavidez. He's going to be fighting Boo Boo Andres in possibly November. How do you see
That's
that fight playing out?
that's
Another southpaw. He's also
fire,
another
bro.
southpaw.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a big fan of Boo Boo. Like for real. Like I'm a big fan of Boo Boo. We sparred back in the days. That's my guy. However,
Oh, you
you
sparred
already
up.
know I've been in the ring with everybody. You already know that. I've been in the ring with everybody. You know
I
what's
know.
funny? That's actually when I met Barack from the zone. The Brock was there. Everybody was there like to see us spar because Boo Boo was supposed to trash me. Like they was bringing Boo Boo in to like beat up some random dudes, and I was the random dude. Nah, beat me up, my boy. It was good work though. It was good work. So I really like Boo Boo. However, I'm gonna be in camp with Benavidez. That's it. You feel me? Like that's
Damn,
it.
they brought in the cheat code. They brought in
That's
the
it.
cheat
I'll be in
code.
camp with Benavidez. That's it. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like for real. Because of that, Benavidez gonna win. Like I'm telling you, Benavidez gonna win.
Damn.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. But
Y'all heard it first on Millcityboxing. They brought in the cheat code. Y'all already know
let
Jose Benavidez Sr. said they were bringing him in, but I had no idea that Dennis. I should be asking Dennis, yo, did you spar him? Because the majority of the boxing game he sparred. Um,
yeah.
so
Nah, I ain't
tell
gonna
me.
lie, like I have a nice little record going as a sparring partner. Although I'm trying to be I'm gonna be a champion, but as a sparring partner, I've only been to one camp that's lost, and that was the Sean Porter versus Errol Spence. Like that's the only camp I've been in where the camp that I was in lost. And Sean put on a hell of a fight. You feel me? Sean did amazing against Errol. So you feel me? Like I truly think when I'm in that camp, like I don't just come to spar. I be training with the people, running with.
Mm-hmm. Don't move too much, Dennis. Don't move too much. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. You froze up a little bit on us.
Say it again.
There you go. You froze up on us. Now we good. Now we get in there. See, you get excited. I love it though. I love that you get excited though.
Okay, bro, boxing man, like I love this shit, bro. For real, like on a whole nother level, for real. We
So
have
tell
no
me,
idea.
what's your
So
prediction on that fight though? Like obviously they brought in the cheat code. I know you're cool, but like break it down for us. Styles.
that fight is so interesting because Boo Boo is not active, so it's like it's hard to really gauge his technique. Like like you get what I'm saying. Like it's hard to see where he is. He could be 10 times better than he was last time we saw him, or he could have regressed. You get what I'm saying. Like you never know him. Each time you see him, it's like watching him for the first time again. So that that's I don't know if that's an advantage or a disadvantage because you remember like the inactivity could slow him down for this. Um, but I'm gonna go Benavidez by decision.
By decision.
by 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 clear decision though, clear decision. Like he's gonna clearly win, but I don't know if he's gonna. I don't see him stopping. I don't know. I don't see that.
What makes you see that you don't see him stopping him? Because obviously he couldn't stop Caleb Plant. If there was like an extra round or two, if they were going 15, definitely gonna go out. But why not Boo Boo? I mean, obviously Boo Boo don't throw as much punches as Caleb. Not saying Caleb throws a lot, but Caleb is also a more of a mover than Ben Boo Boo. Even though Boo Boo is a mover, but not. I don't know, something about Caleb Plant. The way he moves, it's like he dances, and his feet are so light.
Yeah, but I mean, all right. So Caleb has interesting legs, but Boo Boo, if you ever get him with Boo Boo, watch him fight. He's so awkward in a positive way. Like his legs and the way he moves, where he stands. It's hard to get his timing. Like he's good, but he's a lot better than people realize. Like that man is so. Yeah, not this for a minute. Am I coming through? Or am I
Yep,
good?
you're
Because you
good.
frozen.
I'll tell you when you're not. You're good.
Okay. Um, with Boo Boo, we haven't seen him hurt. If you seen him hurt, I don't remember it. I don't remember seeing Boo hurt. So if I've never seen a man hurt, it's hard for me to just predict him getting
He
knocked
hasn't
out. You
been
feel
in
me?
there
Like
with nobody.
he hasn't. But so the man was in the Olympics. The man, like you feel me? Like his
Oh, he's
background, his
from my
pedigree,
way.
like
He's from my way. One of the best amateurs ever coming out of my area.
or OD. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I was in the nationals, bro, like when Boo Boo was fighting, I would come out the back and watch him fight, cheer him on, and then go back and get ready for my fight. Like it's certain fights like Boo Boo, Danny Jacobs, Rasheed Warren, like some fighters like they just were captivating from amateurs. He was one of those fighters. So it's like it's hard for me. Like when you're a fan of somebody since you're like 14, 13, you can be like it's hard to go against them. Although I'm going against him because I'm in Camp Benavidez. I just don't see Benavidez stopping. I think the world of Boo Boo's talent. I really do. I think he's really good.
So you don't see it being competitive though.
No, I do see it being competitive. I see it being very competitive. That's what I'm saying. Like I think David's gonna edge it just because of the activity. You feel me? Like the activity that David has, it's always fighting like his punch level is like all that is gonna help him edge it out towards the end. I think it's gonna be a very close fight the first 9 rounds. I think Benavidez is gonna pull it off and make it clear 10, 11, 12. Like that's what I think.
I like the
Very
breakdown.
similar to very similar to the Caleb Plant fight. If you look at the Caleb Plant was in that fight up until the later rounds. Even like as soon as he slowed down, which is what
After
happens with
7 was
Benavidez
bad.
because yeah, what happens with Benavidez because he's so big, bro. Like he can absorb your punches. He's absorbing your punch. You can't really hurt him. And although he's not punching that hard, in my opinion, it's the amount and the weight and like him pushing you back and him constantly coming and just touch you everywhere. You feel like that's what breaks you down. Benavidez doesn't have that one hit power, in my opinion, but he just he don't stop. He don't stop. And then mentally, that's how you be like, damn, this dude, why he's still here? Like that's how Benavidez get you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stunning power, okay.
It
I
it
like
it
that.
seems it seems like it's very similar to Arrow because Arrow kind of got that wear you down type of power. You ain't seeing him knocking you out, going cold or anything like that. Even though we've seen some cool punches, some cool knockdowns, but not necessarily anything crazy. You froze a little bit though. Smash the like button, guys. We got the one and only Mama's boy. You coming in and out. So smash the like button. He brought some great details into this. And he's always a character. He's always Always fun to talk to. We're gonna be breaking down some more fights as well. What y'all think about the Canelo Alvarez fight versus Jamel Charlo? Let me know what y'all think in the chat as well. Smash the like button, guys. We got 20 people on. 9 likes. Let's get these likes up. Also, what do you think about today's news? You know what I'm saying, with Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin finally got the job done. They don't know if it's going to be in Vegas. They don't know if it's going to be in New York. I hope it's in New York. If it happens to be in Vegas, it might be on a Thursday. Um, it I think it's going to be a great, 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 great fight. Um, More into it, like gauging more into that fight, right? Do you guys believe if it sells better in New York than in Vegas? Or do you think it's ready for Vegas? Cool. All right, so I'm getting all the comments right now. What happened? Froze up. We back in the building. We back. We back. Smash the like button, guys. We need to get back into this. Um, Nevertheless, let's shout out everybody in there. Shotgun Left, what's popping? Andrew Cash, what's going on? Larry Liston, what it do? What it do? Errol Samuel, what up? What up? Moss Man for real. What it do? What it do? Larry Liston, what's up? All right, let's get into some of these comments as well. Low key, I think David would walk into a nasty counter by Canelo. That's a possibility. But we got to worry about the fights that are ahead of us right now, guys. We got to talk about Canelo and Jamal. We got to talk about David Benavidez versus Bubu Andres. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on what's going on in the world of boxing today. Also, we got Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson. Let's read the report. Let's read the report. Let's see what they said. All right. So Mike Carpenter says Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin have agreed to a deal for lightweight fight that will likely take place either November 16th in Las Vegas or December 9th in New York City as an ESPN main event. Sources told ESPN the WBC purse bid is a no-go. Shakur and Martin was scheduled for this afternoon. So, guys, I mean, we finally got it, man. I mean, this year of boxing has not left us, man. It really just haven't. Larry Liston, I think it needs to be in Vegas, neutral territory. Okay. Um, I knew that Top Rank would buy that for Shakur. It seems like when they're really Top Rank, when they're heavily, heavily invested into somebody, they're willing to drop the dollars. It just depends on who the actual person is. I noticed that as well. I think Canelo wins a controversial win. December versus a decision versus Jamel. Teach, no, it needs to be in New York City. F Vegas. Well, Um, the reason why I wanted it in New York City because I just wanted to take the ride out there, get the rental, and I feel like, considering that Shakur Stevenson is a household name in Newark, and if everybody knows Newark and New York City, legitly is like 20 minutes away. So I feel like a lot of the door The gate will do tremendous. I think that I feel like in the big room, Shakur Stevenson can sell. The ticket prices will be higher in New York, so they'll get more out the gate. Um, let's be honest, man. Who wants to go to Newark if you can go to New York City? Let's be real. So if he could be a household name in New York City, not saying that abandon Newark, but if you got a guy like Shakur Stevenson fighting like 3, 4 times a year, you know what I'm saying? Fight one time in Newark in your hometown every year, and then the majority of the time fight in New York City or Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be great for Shakur Stevenson. Nevertheless, with Frank Martin, yeah, being from Texas, I mean, he's still not a huge name yet. So in reality, the gate's not gonna go, but he is a name. For the people that think that Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought nobody, this is the guy. This Frank Martin is the guy to say, hey, Shakur Stevenson fought somebody at 135 pounds. Now, checking up on all the posts that I posted up today. I posted up 4 of them. I posted, I posted the Keith Thurman interview talking about fighting, Clarissa Shields. And why this was such a big topic and stuff like that. Make sure you guys smash the like button on that and smash the like button over here. We got 23 people here with 10 likes. I know you. If you guys support the channel, make sure you like right now. It helps the visibility of the show. But nevertheless, then we've had Shushu Carrington. Obviously, he's a top ranked fighter. He believes that he'd rather see a Keyshawn Davis fight versus a Shakur Stevenson fight. He believes there's a big skill gap there. What do you guys believe? Do you guys believe it's a huge skill gap, or do you believe that it's uh it's a great fight? Two southpaws going at it. One has his man strength. The other one a little bit taller, more sharper, has the international experience versus and to be honest with you guys, like in the amateurs, even though Frank Martin has a small amateur pedigree, but he beat Virgil Ortiz, he beat a lot of different names, so he has it, you know what I'm saying? Made made Frank learn. Okay, Larry, listen. This is a Shakur's biggest test so far. I really hope Derek James made him learn from the Artem fight. Yeah, speaking of that, we're gonna dip into Derek James. Do you guys believe that Errol Spence abandoned Derek James? I don't think so. And then the reason why I completely don't believe in that theory is because they're talking about the replacements, Calvin Ford and Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. and Errol Spence, they don't even get along. They haven't even shook their hands. And then on top of it, I talked to Calvin Ford today. He's going to be doing a dope interview tomorrow on Showtime. So he wasn't able to tap in with me today. He wanted to do that Showtime interview with a whole bunch of coaches. That's going to be around 3 o'clock tomorrow. So check that out. And most likely we'll get him after that tomorrow or probably on Thursday. Nevertheless, when we talk about that situation, you guys let me know in the comment box. Do you believe that he had abandoned, Derek James? I don't think so. I think that if anything, they might add a coach for the stable, but I don't see him leaving Derek James. I just don't see it. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Um, we also believe that I don't think there's going to be no difference. I don't think if it's going to be a difference from 54 to skills pay the bills at the end of the day. You probably breathe a little bit better at 54. You probably be a little bit more energetic, but you're not going to be faster. You might be just a tad stronger, but you're not going to punch harder. And like I said, your skills are not going to develop better because it's at 54. You're just still going to get your ass whooped no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Now Spence needs to come in with a better game plan. Absolutely. But at the same time, executing it is another thing. Having a game plan, because we all know that he had no game plan coming in for Terrence Crawford last fight. But executing a game plan is two different things. Think coming in with one, and then now that you messed up, executing a game plan, finding out how many gears can he go. Look at his style. He's a straight up and down, basic classic fighter. He doesn't have too many gears. So in reality, what can he really do to make a difference in the fight. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that he can make any adjustments for a Terrence Crawford, in my opinion. You let me know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything, but I definitely know something. Pound for pound. What's up, King? Larry Liston, D. James is becoming a celebrity trainer. Bringing Ronnie Shields for Spence. Yo, this is real life. What you speaking right here is real life. No cap, because you know when you say something like that, it's true. It could that happens. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you haven't been the notable name trainer for years and years and years, and you get all this stardom, you get all these interviews, you get all this paper. It changes you. It really does. It really changes you, and people say money don't change you, but that's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Bud will be the favored, but anything could happen the night of the fight. Yeah, anything could happen. Um, but I still think that Spence gets stopped. I really do. I really think that he gets stopped. And then mentally, just knowing mentally that I never got stopped in my life, and the guy in front of me is the one that stopped me, and knowing the trauma, like, well, let's talk about the trauma alone. Like, he's never going to be the same. I think Errol Spence will never be the same anymore. I'm not a hater of Errol Spence. I actually felt a little bit bad for him. You know what I'm saying? But um, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Let's get these likes up. Let's turn up right here. Let's get into the comment section and let's get real with it. So, yeah, Larry, listen, they need to add more coaches, more. Derek has both AJ, Ryan, Jamel, Spence, Frank, and they are pretty active. And not just that, all pretty much most of those guys you mentioned, besides, I mean, Frank, is a pay-per-view attraction. So when we talk about pay-per-view money, we talking the coaches are gonna make more money. So smash the like button if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Teach. You think Spence will be afraid to move forward? I you Do you guys remember when Anthony Joshua fought Andy Luis? Never the same. We can't detect that. You know what I'm saying? How do you test a real champion? He needs to go down on the ground. He needs to feel adversity, in the ring, not outside the ring. And I think that that's where a lot of the Spence fans went wrong, is that we seen him deal with a lot of adversity with the car crashes and stuff like that. And the eye retina, you know what I'm saying? He had to deal with a lot of plastic surgery. So anytime he gets hit in the face, it's gonna feel a little bit different. The other opponents like Ugas and Danny, he got over on them. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need to be 100% for those guys. For this guy right here, a special hot walking Hall of Famer, Terrence Crawford, you need to be not just 100%. You got to be at your best. You got to have the best performance of your life to beat him. So if you're not the same, how can you have the best performance of your life? Let's be honest. I felt David stops Boo Boo because of the size and the pressure from David. Absolutely, it could happen. It could happen, but Boo Boo. I feel like Boo Boo's a little bit more durable. And there's one thing that Mama's Boy did say that's very key, which is that he's so awkward that he doesn't need to move all the way around the ring just to slip a few punches. The only thing that I don't like about Boo Boo is that he falls into some of those slips. And like I said before, the right uppercut. Y'all heard it first. Millcityboxing. The right uppercut of David Benavidez is going to be key to the body and to the head. It's going to be detriment. Like, trust me on that. Boo Boo. Boo Boo older, and he ain't been truly tested yet. He hasn't fought nobody, guys. Smash the like button if you hear what I'm saying. He hasn't fought nobody. I don't even know if he even fought a black fighter yet. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't fought nobody. When he had the training wheels with Eddie Hearn when he was in the zone. You know what I'm saying? He was a great amateur. I like what Jose Benavidez Sr. said, was that, he hasn't really came off of the amateur pedigree and translate that to the pros, meaning sitting down in your punches and every single one of your punches, and then being able to move off of the sit. He's throwing a lot of over the top punches to make people fear him, but over the top punches, man. Let's be honest, man. A straight punch is gonna be able to clock you and time you. And you got a guy like David Benavidez that's tall, long, rangy, pause. It just doesn't look good for him. You know what I'm saying? Booba needs to fight Morrell. I think that's a bad matchup too. David Morrell is definitely one of those guys that you better be scared. Definitely look out for David Morrell. He fought Jamal Nicholson last fight, absolutely Brian C, and it wasn't a good one. I remember he even got the layoff, and Boo Boo's layoffs are the biggest problem in his career. I think the biggest problem of Boo Boo's career is him not getting fights, him turning down fights. He should have fought Jamal Charlo. He didn't fight Jamal Charlo. That could have been his marquee name and to take him to the next step. And now he's going in there with the guy that's called the Mexican Monster. Jeez. Like for real, the Mexican Monster, you going in there for your first test with that guy? Smash the like button, like if you were going to smash your lady on a Saturday night, you know what I'm saying? And you're just trying to poke her, you know what I'm saying? She looking so fine with the lingerie. Make sure that the like button got the lingerie button. That's the lingerie button. Just tap it, pop, 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 pop. 23 likes. Come on, guys. 11 people watching. That means there's more people watching than actually liking it. Come on, man. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Yeah, he needed a big name. That's where he gets the chances of Canelo. The thing about it is that even with that being said, with Boo Boo and calling out Canelo Alvarez and all that stuff, that's cool. But we see more interviews of him calling out guys than actually understanding who the guy is, the individual is, you know what I'm saying? Build his own fan base without calling out people. I think that's huge, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the most of the people that he fought were from outside the country, you know what I'm saying? And how can you say that you're the best in the world if you haven't fought anybody really in the United States? And I believe in the United States, we got the best competition here, you know what I'm saying? So the only thing that you did in the United States is beat everybody in the amateurs. Besides that, you even beat Keith Thurman. But when it comes to your pros, you didn't beat nobody in the United States. So I don't want to hear it. Jason Quigley from the Island guy, he broke his jaw. Cool, great. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Andrew Cass, man, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Shotgun left. Boo Boo versus Plant made more sense. David gonna melt them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something that's down the road. You know what I'm saying as well. I feel like a lot of guys that Canelo Alvarez beat are gonna be fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Because it just makes sense when you look at the matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, Jamal Charlo and Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant, that mega slap, that was controversy. But in the same time, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we got to wait for Jamal Charlo to fight Canelo, and then we get that fight. They both got 1-1. One fight, uh, they got one fight each that they lost to the same, competitor. So it's cool. It's lit. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button if you like what I'm saying right here. Now, maybe he better than Munguia. I wanted to see the Munguia fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Demetrius Saunders is a little bit bigger. I think that Munguia was definitely not trying to fight Demetrius. I think that that's a harder fight for Munguia. I think Munguia throws a lot of punches, and he's a fan friendly fighter that you want to watch. But he's just the training wheels on that cat, man. When it comes to the combination of Eddie Hearn, and it's really Oscar De La Hoya. Honestly, it's Oscar De La Hoya that's just pampering him. We're gonna see him fight somebody probably in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound king. The fight against David will give us a more clear picture of how good Boo Boo really is. It's true. Happens to be he's 35 years old, and we're going to find out when he's 35 years old of how really good he is. In reality, we probably would have never got to see the the best Boo Boo Andres that we've ever seen. We will never get to see it because he's probably past his time. You know what I'm saying? But good luck to him. You know what I'm saying? I think that I want to see the best for him. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Do I think David Benavidez is gonna win? I do. Um, I'm cool with the team. They like doing interviews with me. I did, so I'm a rock with them, and not just because of the interviews, but when it comes down to the super middleweight division, David Benavidez is the force to be reckoned with. If you're not mentioning Canelo Alvarez, you gotta mention David Benavidez. When you talk about who can Canelo lose to, there it is. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez. Munguia lost his last fight. Let's be honest. Hey, it was a close fight with Derek Gachenko. Um, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I think they might be running it back. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see that. It was a good fight, though. It was an entertaining fight. You know what I'm saying? Derek Gachenko probably edged it out. Um, so if they run it back, be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Munguia's last fight was fight of the year, possibly, definitely, possibly, good ass fight. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of fights going on that weekend, so people didn't really get to see that fight. I hope that everybody gets to go back and try to rewind and watch that fight with Munguia and Lobachenko, Dariachenko. I just think it'll be a good fight. I think, honestly, if we're talking about the great Puerto Rican and Mexican fight down the line, I think Berlanga and Munguia would be that fight. That would be that marquee Mexican and Puerto Rican showdown, because I'm gonna be honest, Berlanga might never be ready for Canelo Alvarez. So I think that the Munguia fight, I think that the way Munguia throws his punches, I kind of favor him more in that. And I know I'm Puerto Rican. I understand what you do in Mills, but I don't like to be biased upon anything, bro. I really don't. I just want to. I like about boxing skills, and we go off of boxing skills. Uh, the pedigree of Munguia, he's fought better competition. He's more of a volume puncher, a smaller guy moving up into the weight. I think he takes boxing more serious than Berlanga as well. So that's just my take on who they should fight. Jose Benavidez Sr. said that, David Munguia didn't want to fight David. I guess that they wanted a fight. When they finally got the contracts on the table, he backed down. That's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? Munguia has good offense. His defense is non-existent, but he has a chin. And that's what it is. The combination of having a good chin and respectable power and volume punching is an equivalent to an American fighter that has a basic chin that has okay defense. You know what I'm saying? And that's why styles make fights at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button if you like what I'm saying. You got more people here watching than liking the like button. Please just like the like button to be able to get the viewership a lot higher. You know what I'm saying? But Larry Liston hits me but I'm gonna be honest, who is left for Morrell to fight? He's getting shelved, but he's young. He's really young. He's the youngest. He is the youngest one in the division. Matter of fact, let's talk about how old this David Morrell is. David Morrell, I think he's like 22. What is he? David Morrell's age. The dude is 25 years old. He's wicked young. That's why I think that the fight with him and David will be really good later on in the world, because they're like 1 year apart. So I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, he's 24 years old. Yep. No. David Morrell's 25. Yeah, David Morrell's 25 years old. I just Googled it. Probably just turned it. It's a good fight. I like it. I do. I think that David Morrell has the goods. I think he has the goods to become the best super middleweight ever. I think that his time will come, because eventually David Benavidez was going to have to move up in weight, and they could see each other at light heavy. You know what I'm saying? They could see each other at light heavy, because Arthur Beterbiev is really aging out. He's like 40 years old now. And Bivol doesn't want to stick around too much longer as well. So that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Stop hating on me, man. Stop hating, bro. Stop hating. If Canelo doesn't fight Jamal, I want to see Jamal versus Morrell. That's another banger. That is another banger, Larry Liston. I like that fight, to be honest with you. They might as well call you up for matchmakers because that's a good matchmaking right there. I like it. Morrell does these uppercuts looking at the way he's throwing them feels like my back hurts. Yo, he's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter, and then he got a great coach, Rodney Shields, on top of it. So I mean, we gotta love it. Smash the like button, though, guys. Stop playing around. Stop playing around. Shout out to everybody on the channel as well, on the chat, showing love, tapping in with me. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys, just press the like button. It takes 2 seconds to do, for real. I mean, if you want me to grow, so you guys could talk shit to your friends, talking about, like, did you see the last episode of Millcityboxing? Did you see who he had on, this, and that? Did you see what he said? He said something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Damn. That, that, yeah. Hard to watch, gonna lie. What he's beating, like, a little sad. Yeah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? September, we got a couple great fights. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for Richardson, Hitchens, and Cepeda. I think that's going to be a real cool fight. You know what I'm saying? I love the 140 division. I think that's just smacking. And then, great news today with the Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if and then what's up with Bomac, guys? What's up with Bomac? You know what I'm saying? Bomac, I know we chopped it up a little bit yesterday with Zab, but in the same time, hearing more and more and more news about the situation is kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, I guess he got robbed out there. And then I just recently heard that could have somebody been salty. There was a guy that used to work with Terrence Crawford from out there, and he's the same guy that worked with Chris Eubank Jr. And now that that certain individual, you know knows that Bomac went over there to the UK to help Chris Eubank Jr. Defeat Liam Smith. How did the gun get from US to, you know, um, the UK? Maybe he didn't even have it. Maybe he didn't even bring it. You know what I'm saying? And then the same token, it's just like, how did he even get one in the UK? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really. That it's not like you can go to a local Walmart or a local place and just grab it. You know what I'm saying? They don't. So I think that was kind of weird as well. And I hope he gets back. You know what I'm saying? I hope he really does come back. It's September. He's gonna stay in jail until October for a court hearing. That's wild. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, poor Bomac, you know what I'm saying? No more Whoppers, no more Big Macs, no more none of that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, 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 nah. I don't believe anybody being in jail if they don't deserve to be. Hopefully he didn't have fingerprints on the gun or anything like that, because that's another situation as well. But hey, it is what it is. There's nothing we could really do. You know. Everybody smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? We here live, Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the Fighters Channel. So what you think about some of these upcoming fights? What you guys think about the news with Errol Spence and the new trader stuff? The media be funny, huh? The media be really, really funny when they come up with these things. I overheard that Derek James is the reason why Pomac got arrested for the gun. This and that. I'm like, how the hell did Derek James do that? Like, I can never like go on this channel, make up a narrative. Like, I can't do that. I would feel weird. I would feel really weird about doing that. Hitchison is gonna box the pants off as Cepeda. Easy money. Yeah, Larry. Easy money. Absolutely. I wish that the line was not like close. Like, if we can make some money off of this, you know what I'm saying? I hate that I have to bet like $300 to be able to make like 200. Like, I think that's just retarded. So hopefully the Mexicans stay behind Cepeda and they believe that they could beat Richardson Hitchison. But Richardson Hitchison is something else. Like yesterday, Zeb Judah asked me who would win, Haney or Richardson Hitchens, and I was like, I don't know. All I said was Richardson Hitchens gonna got more skills, but in reality, I was basically saying, yeah, I think your godson might lose this one. This leg, letting you know. Put it in a parlay, yeah, but I got to see who's fighting Tommy Grahams. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on the live as well. People that just tapped in, the new people. Smash the like button if you just entered in as well. You know what I'm saying? And if you're leaving, make sure you smash the like button as well. You know what I'm saying? Help me grow, ladies and gentlemen. Help me grow. Big news. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to boxing, we've gotten so many different fights. By the end of the year, you have to count at least 15 dope fights. You know what I'm saying? Out of those 15, we're talking probably like 7 of them were like real big title fights. And then I think some of the dopest ones were not even title, like David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. That was a good non-title fight. You know what I'm saying? But then we had some good ones that were really underrated, like the Monster Inoue and at the Cool Boy Steph. Yeah, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Who's fighting this weekend though? I think boxing this weekend is super dry. Next weekend we're back in action. Top Rank got fights. The Zone got fights. Whole bunch of people got fights. So we'll be right back at it. I think I'll be camping this week and keep the lady happy. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on with y'all in the chat? Who's in the building today? What do y'all think about this Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford fight? That's something that I really wanted to chop it up with you guys. Like, how many people in the chat believe that that's a far-fetched fight? The size is too much. The skills, I think the skills are. If I would have to say who got the most skills in that fight, I think I would like to say Terrence Crawford. I think he has a little bit more abilities and stuff like that. I think the things that Canelo Alvarez does great, I also think that, Terrence Crawford could do. You know what I'm saying? Plus more. But in the same time, it's like Canelo, elo. You know what I'm saying? Thumping power. I'm a fan. I can't complain. He grew on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it gets made. You don't believe it gets made, pound for pound king? Why you believe it don't get made? Do you think that why? You know what I'm saying? Like, if Jamel loses, why couldn't Terrence Crawford fight Canelo Alvarez? I want to know. I really want to know why y'all wouldn't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's a doable fight. Canelo Alvarez is not a huge 168 pounder. He's a guy from 47 moving up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's definitely doable. Um, Regardless, you got to be careful if you're Terrence Crawford coming in there. I wouldn't fight too much on the inside. I'll be in and out of the pocket for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Smash the like button, guys. We almost had 20 likes. Come on. So smash the like button. Smash the like button. Let's get even here. Shout out to everybody that supports the channel as well. Here we go. Larry Liston in the building. Larry Liston. If the money is there, it's going to get made. But I think the weight difference is too much. Canelo is more used to the weight. Yeah, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I do think and not even that. You go into a Canelo fight, you're already down 3 rounds. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Kind of pointless if it's not at 147. Nah, you'll never see Canelo at 147 ever. You know what I'm saying? Bud can become undisputed at 54 with not too much trouble in the division. Going up 3 divisions, I can't see Bud taking Canelo clean shots. I can't see Bud. I can't see a lot of people taking Canelo's clean shots. To be honest with you, I don't see anybody taking Canelo's punches clean besides Bivol and Turvia. Yeah, I don't see anybody at one At 175, that's where they could take the punches of Canelo. I don't think anybody at 168 can take Canelo's punches. I mean, Spence and Bud, the belts were the whole reason Spence stayed. Absolutely. I absolutely definitely believe that. But I also believe that you got to be honest. I know there's a lot of Spence fans out there, but you got to be honest. The attributes that Spence brings to the table at welterweight, he doesn't have those attributes at 154. And that's key. That's super key to understand that if he can't bully and bulldoze people, you know what I'm saying? What else can he do? And you have to keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. You have to. You know what I'm saying? Erickson Rubin, he's punching. You know what I'm saying? Who's not punching at 54? Tim Zoo's punching. You know what I'm saying? So in reality, Errol Spence is not gonna do great at 154. I think he'll feel great, but he's not gonna be this guy that is. He's not gonna be this guy that's like the Terminator at 154. Not like how he was at welterweight. Nah, it kind of reminds me of when Margarito was a welterweight. Huge dude type deal, Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Carly Red fan. Dang, I missed the live. Yeah. My guy, Mama's boy, he tapped in, tapped out. He's always with the horrible signal. I gotta tell him to get away from Boost Mobile. Real talk. I'm gonna tell him the next time. But he's my dog though for sure. Tony Harrison ain't punching. Tony Harrison ain't punching, but Tony Harrison is a great boxer. And honestly, you could say Tony Harrison's washed up right now. So I mean, what are we saying here? You know what I'm saying? Like he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah, Spence can be guys that have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. There you go, Tommy Grams. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Well, let's talk about an actual contender at 154. Talk to me. Brian Mendoza, Fandora. Talk to me. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound king. You know what I'm saying? I'm referring to the power, bro. I understand, but you remember when you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and I know they say the last thing to go is the power, but if you don't have confidence, what's your power without confidence? What's your power without confidence? I think that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Power don't necessarily win fights. Pound for pound, Kim Bud never jumped the division in his early 20s. He didn't do it in his prime, but now at 36, he's going to jump up 3 divisions. The days before he went on Rogan's show, he said 154 should be his ceiling. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you on that pound for pound king, but I feel like you know what you guys are not looking at you guys are not looking at is that Canelo is a small 168. A lot of people say that Canelo, and then the competition too. You have to look at the competition level as well when it comes down to, 168. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys like, 160, competition is just weird. Like, but if you look at it, the smaller divisions like 47, 54. Those guys right there, which I think if Canelo wanted to make weight and be relaxed, he could be at 160. But I feel like he wants to bodybuild and look big throughout off of training camp and stuff like that. So that's just my belief on that. Um, Make sure you guys smash the like button. I just need one more like. One more like. Um, Nevertheless, man, I appreciate everybody for coming in. Canelo has this 3-fight deal first to do with PBC. The fight with Bud couldn't happen till his 38. He will need to accomplish at 168.21. No, I don't think so. Honestly, I think Canelo. He got a 3-fight deal. He's fighting in September, and then he fights the next 2 next year. You know what I'm saying? And Next year, Bud will only be 36 years old. He's going to be 36 this month. He's actually 35, so he'll be 36 this month. So that's just my take on it. I think that it could happen. I think it really could happen, but 100%, if he takes a shot from Canelo, it could affect you. You know what I'm saying? The key thing is don't take any shots from Canelo. You know what I'm saying? That's the key thing. So I've been telling people to smash the like button, right? And then somebody deleted one like, come on, I love you guys. Must be another channel. Must be other channels out there. Nevertheless, guys, make sure you tap into all the interviews that I dropped, all the posts that I dropped, from Keith Thurman to Clarissa Shields to, Jermaine Ortiz. There's a lot of big news. Jermaine Ortiz will be fighting next week. Big fight. After that, he'll probably get a Shakur Stevenson fight after Shakur fights Frank Martin. It's an easy fight to be made. It's a fight that's starting to get more demand. And Jermaine Ortiz says that Jermaine Ortiz tells us that if he ever fought Frank Martin, it would look like a Terrence Crawford and Spence fight. That's what he told me. So check that interview out. It's doing very well. Make sure you guys smash the like button on that as well. After that, I put a Bruce Carrington. Speaking upon that matchup, he believes that Keyshawn Davis is more on the skill level of Frank Martin, and he thinks there's a big skill gap when it comes to Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin. Then my next one, Zab Judah. Zab Judah talks about the matchup. He says that somebody gets knocked out. I'm not going to tell you who until you guys check it out for yourselves. Big softball matchup. They agreed. We don't know if it's going to be in November or December. We don't know if it's going to be in Vegas. We don't know if it's going to be in New York. I hope it's in New York, like I said once again. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Nevertheless, make sure you guys check out a lot of the boxing that's coming in next week. And we'll tap in. Also, guys, we talked about, Teofimo Lopez with the WBO belt, and he is the super champion now. And I just seen that Alex Rocha will be fighting somebody good, somebody undefeated, somebody from Top Rank as well. So that's very important. You might see him climb up to fight the winner of that fight. Probably go back down to 140, try to become undisputed. I could see Tio beating, an Alex Rocha or the guy that he's fighting. I think he has a lot more athletic ability than those guys. I always say boxing's always about timing. So who you want to see Tio fight? You know, at 140 or at 147? At 140, I would like my big fight for me. I would like to see Regis and Subdiel get that matchup first because stylistically it's cool. But I wouldn't mind seeing Tio fight Subdiel. I really want to see Tio and Haney, but I know Haney doesn't want to fight him yet. So he's trying to build his leverage by taking the WBC belt from Regis Progress, which I understand gives him more bidding leverage when it comes down to that 140 division. Because remember, being undisputed at 135 doesn't mean shit at 140. So you want to be able to have a belt there to be able to dictate, have better negotiations and stuff like that. But yeah, Tio versus Matias would be fire. I think it would be fire. I think that the stuff that Tio brings to the table as far as his in and out is really good. His first step is really fast. Matias sees you in the mid range, in close range. There's problems for everybody. So I love that matchup. And there's less running. Like I hate one fighter chasing, one person just sticking the jab, and people want to call it boxing. I think when you mix things up, when you mix the combinations up, when you counter and you do things like that, that's boxing to me. But you moving around and sticking the jab is not boxing to me. That's one person on his bike throwing water balloons. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Smash the like button if you like what you're hearing. Other than that, at 100, that's who I would like to see him fight at 140. But I would like to see him fight the winner for the WBO welterweight against Alex Rocha and the other guy that. Let me see who Alex Rocha's fighting, because I want to give you guys the names. I want to give you guys the names so that way. So the guy, it's Santalin. He's an undefeated fighter, good fighter at that. He had a great outing his last fight, up in top rank. It was. So they're fighting. They don't got a date. Oh, yeah, October 21st is when they're fighting Alex Rocha and Santalin. There's the flyer guys on the zone. Teo could be fight the winner of that for the welterweight. It's going to be for the WBO vacant welterweight title. So the winner of that, Teo can move up because he is a super champ and become a 3-division champion. Would rather see Teo go back down and try to see what he can mix up at 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 light at at 140. So I would like to see what he does at 140 versus what he does in the welterweight division. I think when he gets older, he could be more of a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? When's the fight on? The fight's gonna be October 21st. So the winner of that, we could possibly see, Teo fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Santalino wins. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're not even, because Oscar De La Hoya likes Teofimo too, so we could see that fight happen. I think that's a good fight. I like the fight, man. I like to see great fights. That's just my thing. I love to see great fights. So and legacy at that. So to see Teo to accomplish that, that would be awesome. I think Subriel Matias is a force to be reckoned with, and I feel like anyone that stays there long enough is going to get those hands, man. And remember, after you kill the man in the ring, I don't think a lot of fighters are wanting to entertain to want to, step in there with Subriel Matias. From Fajardo, Puerto Rico, Subriel, you definitely the man right there for sure. When's the next interview with Deb Johns? He's random. Be random. Yeah, man. Them boys is random. So what happened is that Teo told Senior that he can't be doing any interviews soon. And I think what that told me was like, don't mess up future fights that could possibly happen. So waiting on them. The relationship is still there. But I should be getting one of the first Teofimo interviews. That's what the team says. So hopefully that it could happen. Now your videos be random. Laughing my ass off. Talk to me about the videos be random. What do you mean by that, Tommy Grams? Talk to me nice. So háblame bien. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Why my videos be random? I think they be straight on point. You know what I'm saying? I dropped 4 of them today. You know what I'm saying? They were straight to the point of what's happening. That there's no purse bid with Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin. So I dropped 3 of them there. I think that was not random at all. The only one that was random, if y'all think it's random, is the Clarissa Shields and Keith Thurman. I think I do pretty decent. You know what I'm saying, when it comes down to some of these interviews. It's Millcityboxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the Fighters Channel. You know what I'm saying? Not like that, bro. Just scheduling wise, nah. Oh yeah, scheduling them. Yeah, there's no scheduling. Honestly, there's no scheduling. Like if I don't have a super great relationship with these guys, and I don't want to schedule it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I'd rather just do it random. You know what I mean? Salute Millcityboxing, Justin James, man. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. Smash the like button, guys, by entering the game. Pound for pound, you drop lots of videos in daily. 100. Thank you, pound for pound. Um, pound for pound king. I try. I try to get them. I try to get you guys the ones that y'all wanna see, and you know what I'm saying. This, all the guys that we see on TV. I try not to give you guys no baloney. You know what I'm saying? You don't see me trying to stare a narrative, some fake narrative saying that Derrick James is not going to be with Errol Spence no more. You're never going to hear that from me in this channel. If I don't know anything, if I'm not giving you the real, I'm not giving it to you at all. That's just how I roll. You know what I'm saying? I speak upon the shit that I've been through, what I know, and what I've read. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, I'm not going to give you nothing. Nothing fugazi. Keep it 100 at all times. You know what I'm saying? You got the best boxing channel, low key. And it's low key, Tommy Grams. Appreciate you. It's low key. It's low key. You know what I'm saying? You guys got like the little, when you had the VIP section in the club, this is what this channel is all about. You know what I'm saying? It's like the VIP channel, until it grows, until it blows up. You know what I'm saying? Only 7 months in the game. So understand that, numbers are going, they're growing every day. Nevertheless, man, Top Rank got a big schedule coming up. Let me ask you guys, what's your favorite platform? You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite platform to watch boxing? You know what I'm saying? I would like to know. Justin James, smash the like button. I always come through and hit the like button on every YouTube boxing channel I rock with. Oh man, that's what's up, bro. A real one. No haters. No haters allowed. You know what I'm saying? No haters allowed. You'll be there soon. I need seeing your clips going viral on Twitter. Yeah, man. Hopefully they could, hopefully people could tag me on it so my Twitter can go up. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't have me on Twitter, it's Millcityboxing. I'm trying to grow the Twitter. Uh, get the little Twitter followers up, so I'll be promoting my videos a little bit more so they can get a little bit more attraction and stuff like that. Plus I got an upcoming starting a new platform, a new boxing platform for boxers that are not necessarily on that TV level. Maybe they're on TV on the undercard. They'll probably be, on the non-television start, so that way you guys can see these boxers grow. So I'm gonna start a new one up real soon. Keep this one exactly where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that way, they could cross promote each other and stuff like that. So that'll be coming out in a couple weeks, maybe in a month, and I'm gonna be having a lot of the local guys that live around my area that enjoy boxing to tune in on a podcast segment on a table. You can hear all these wacky predictions and beliefs and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. And you can hear me just going back and forth with these people as well. Mill City got the game in the strangle. Hold respect, bro. Man, I appreciate you. Remo, appreciate you, man. Appreciate anybody that smashes the like button here as well. I mean, talk to me on the channel before I leave, man. What you guys want to chop it up about? You know what I'm saying? Probably be setting up some more interviews before the end of the day. I'm gonna be chopping it up with Mickey Bay as well. He breaks down things really well. So it is what it is. Fannin, the Rise Podcast Show, Biz the Adult, Money B, and Mill City Hardcore Boxing are the mean channels I rock with, and a few others. Justin James, you got a nice little list right there. Um, you know, boxing is great. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to what's up, Mills, I'm super late. Nice. I love boxing, man. Yeah, I know it's all good, bro. I'll be posting it. It was some good, some good stuff right there. I had Mama's Boy. Mama's Boy has sparred, Boo Boo Andres and fought David Benavidez, and he gave us our outcome of what he sees in that fight coming up in November. Also, in the same token, you know what I'm saying, he's also fought Charlo and sparred Canelo Alvarez. So there's like a lot of great stuff coming up right now. So you can hear Mama's Boy's prediction, and he can let you guys know exactly who he believes he wins and why. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. What do you think about Kenny Porter saying Tank gotta win by a knockout against Shakur? I don't agree. I think that, yeah, highly, like if you look at percentage wise of who would win by decision, would be Shakur. But let's be honest. Say they fight. Shakur gets clipped early. What makes you think he can get clipped 2 more times after? Look at Mario Barrios. Even say if Mario Barrios stood up, right? He went down numerous of times. So you're talking about 10 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He could have three of those. That's very common in boxing. So if he knocks, and remember, they say Shakur's a dog, so that's highly to happen too. And then A side, B side, like who's A side in that fight? The guy that makes the most money, Tank. So if the cards are close, that's even more of a reason for Tank to win if they're close. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, I understand what Kenny Porter's saying. You know what I'm saying, as far as like, but I can't say he can't win. You know what I'm saying? It just happens to be that Shakur Stevenson has the best defense in boxing, so I can understand why he says that. But you can't come out here and say, you can't just say that. You know what I'm saying? Reach and restore. I stand with Frank. Man, that's good, man. I mean, look, Frank's a good fighter. I can't knock him, and he also got power. Does he have elements that Shakur don't have? I do. I think that he does have a lot of elements that Shakur don't got. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Fight boxing, Jinx stand with the Frank. That's what's up, man. Tell me why though. Don't just tell me why tell me why you stand with Frank. Don't just say why you stand with him. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a reason for it, right? You know what I'm saying? Because on Instagram you talking about Shakur the man, but on YouTube you saying Frank the man. So talk to me. Tell me why. Uh, Salute to I Love Boxing. All facts. Tank over everybody. Pound for pound king. Tank isn't very active in early rounds. He starts lifting his pace in the mid rounds from 5 to 6. I definitely agree. I think that with each opponent that you fight, you have to react differently. You have to act differently. So, for instance, we can't compare a Rolly fight to Shakur fight. Why? Because Rolly got a bomb in his hand. You know what I'm saying? Uh, have we noticed that Ryan hits harder than Shakur? Yes, he does. Does Mario Barrios hit harder than Shakur? Yeah, he does. But in the same time, Shakur, you don't need power just to get somebody out of there either. You know what I'm saying? He thought Mills don't pay attention or remember. Yeah, exactly, champion. And look, he hasn't. Right now, my man fighting Jim. He hasn't stated why. You know what I'm saying? He's just saying we stand with Frank. You know what I mean? Salute to Justin James. But that's just my opinion. Now, this is boxing. Everybody got a puncher's chance, and I do think that the bigger puncher in that fight with Frank Martin and Shakur is Frank. So you got to touch him. I think he has short arms. I think that's going to be even harder to touch Shakur. And then the other thing too, let's look at why Frank didn't look good in his fight. He didn't press the action. The thing that I like about Frank and Shakur, this is the thing that I really like about both of them. They both have they measure distance well, and they both have great angles. Now, the guy that has the longer arms, the guy that has faster speed, is going to be able to succeed more in that. So, with that being said, and if you don't force the action, if you don't bully Shakur, he's just going to just do what he wants to do. And if you couldn't bully Artem, now maybe Artem had a mean right hand, and we don't know because we weren't in the ring with him. And that's probably the reason why Frank didn't do what he had to do. So I think it's a good fight. A lot of people are saying that Shakur's just gonna get rid of you know um, Frank. I don't see it because you know Shakur didn't get rid of Oscar Valdez. You know, so he didn't get rid of the other dude, Nakatilia. He didn't get rid of the Brazilian dude. And these are all dudes that don't possess the same skill level as Frank. And if you look at Frank, he looks like a tough dude. He's never been in a war. We haven't seen him in a war yet. So we have to see how it is. I believe Shakur has the skills to set the skill set to be great, but Frank needs this more than Shakur. Okay, so he needs it more than Shakur. That's why he beat Shakur because he needs it more. Okay, I think that Spence needed the fight with I think he needed to beat Terrence Crawford so he could become more of a legend, a Hall of Famer at that. You know what I'm saying? A Hall of Famer. You already had Terrence Crawford was already a 2 division champion, was undisputed at 140. So he was walking in the Hall of Fame regardless. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a Hall of Fame moment for Errol Spence. Is Errol Spence walking in the Hall of Fame now? Now? Crickets, right? Exactly. Corey's going to overwhelm Frank with his accuracy and timing. I could definitely see that, but then we also got to say is that Frank Martin is not one of these come forward fighters that guys with nice footwork are able to survive. Remember Karen and Boots? He was willing to survive. So with that style, I believe he can go 12 rounds with Shakur. Does he lose the majority of those rounds or every round? Possibly. Possibly because of the work rate that Shakur brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? We have seen Shakur's chin tested yet. We haven't. We haven't seen. So that's why in boxing, it's always going to be a 50-50 fight because of that. You know what I'm saying? Um, always, because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Plus the softball. Frank not going to touch him. Corey just might wash him. Possibly. Go back and read my comment. I told you like 3 reasons why. Well, tell me what the reasons why now. You know what I'm saying? I believe that they're going to be an overwhelming confidence for Stevenson. It's going to lead to his downfall. Okay, possibly, but we haven't seen that yet. You know what I'm saying? His confidence of where he's at today is the reason why he's at where he's at today. He believes he's the best. He believes he's one of the better fighters in the world. So it's hard. It's hard for me to believe that his confidence is going to be the reason why. What do you see in Frank that could take away Shakur's confidence away? How about that? You know what I'm saying? It's a good fight, guys. It's a good fight. I can't shit on Frank at all because I think he's a good fighter. I think what he does is good, and what he has is good enough to land a great shot on Shakur to make him feel. But that's another thing too. I haven't seen Frank hurt somebody and feel like, oh, it's Shark Week right now. I gotta get him out of here. Like if he's one of the best finishers of the game, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that with Shakur, then you're coming off of a disadvantage as well. Uh, Tank will let us know what Shakur's chin is like. I don't think Frank has the type of power. I think he has the power for sure. Uh, Reach and restore. I can see the versus Tank Jermaine, right? 2 grams true. Justin James. Right. I don't know if Chin is like that with the fighter, like a Tank, pound for pound king, and them bright lights and them big stages. He really hasn't experienced. And that's Tank's house when he shows up. Yep, he's ready for those stages as well. Um, we're talking about a lot of what ifs, you know what I'm saying? And that when it comes to Frank, that's definitely true. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely true with the big stages. I think Frank and Shakur will go the distance. I'm with you on that. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I think that's what it is, man. You just got to really think about it, because for instance, Oscar Valdez was a guy that Shakur should have got out of there. If you really think about it. But he's a tough guy. Oscar Valdez is a tough guy. Um, so if he couldn't overwhelm that, well, and then another thing, how do we know that Frank's not a tough guy? How do we know that that's not the case? We don't know. He hasn't been able to go to that level yet. Why? Because his footwork is that good. You know. Um, They say you're only as good as your last fight. That's why you guys aren't giving Frank the credit. No, I think that if you look at somebody like that, you're overlooking them. So I don't think that, but I can see why other people look at it like that because there's so many different coaches that have said that you are as good as your last fight. But that's a misconception, I believe. Definitely going the distance unless Frank stops him. Different game plan. Shakur, I'm horrible as a typing. Hey, baby.
I just made a shrimp boil for dinner.
Boil? Okay, thank you. Oscar is a brawler. You gotta be careful with that. Yeah, absolutely. But you also gotta be careful with a boxer. You know what I'm saying? A boxer puncher. I think that's very important. I think that's what Frank is, but I also believe that Frank just needs that kill man switch. And if he has that, maybe like I said, maybe he didn't have it with Artem because Artem's right hand was really that like that. Um, it's just about what you receive too. If you don't like what's coming at you, you're gonna act different. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Um, Not giving Frank credit because he hasn't gave me enough to credit him for. Well, Remainies, um, Ramirez, Ramirez, Ramirez. That Ramirez fight, the guy that beat Rolly, but they gave Rolly the fight. That's a good fighter. And then Michelle Rivera, the Ali lookalike. That was an impressive, very impressive from Frank Martin. Very impressive. I thought Devin was going to have trouble going to fight him in front of 5,000, 6,000 to 100 to 4,200 in Australia for his first time, but Devin didn't miss a beat. Yeah, absolutely. But it's another thing too, is when you're performing with that many people, but the guy in front of you is just as good as you. That's different. That's nerve wracking. Super nerve wracking. You know what I'm saying? Imagine fighting Tank with a whole bunch of people too. Knowing that dude could hit me and I can go down and I'm gonna be embarrassed and I'm gonna be a highlight meme for life. That's what it is right there. I meant to put. We don't know if Shakur has the chin. Yep, we don't. We all we've been hearing is sparring. Barbosa was the guy that got ripped off with Rolly. Yeah, Barbosa. Yeah, he was, but there was another guy. Remember, Rolly has been pampered. Rolly has been pampered numerous of times. Barbosa's the last guy, the old man, the last guy. But the first time Rolly lost almost every single round with Ramirez. Ramirez, that's what his name is, Ramirez, right? And he lost every single fight. Everybody was like, "Yo, how the hell did you win that fight?" Just go through some of my interviews with Frank Martin. We talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Devin was fighting tomato cans. Jackson Marinez. It, it was hard to get that off the tongue. Marinez. Yes, Marinez. He lost every round. I don't know how they gave it to Rolly. That was messed up. Yep, exactly, guys. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now you guys know what I'm talking about. Y'all talking about Jackson Marinez. I literally just watched before this. Yep. Horrible fight. I can't believe they gave it to Rolly for that. Even he knew he didn't win. He didn't have nothing to say after that fight. That fight was during COVID. I remember that. Yep, exactly. He had braids. The difference is that he had braids at the time when he fought Rolly, and then when he fought Frank Martin, he didn't have braids. So he probably would have not figured that out. But it's the same dude, Jackson Marinez. Um, Nevertheless, guys, thank you guys for chopping it up with us. It's Millcityboxing, home of the high level boxing media, the fighters platform. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's always love, mad respect here. Make sure you guys check up some of my other, posts that I put up. You know what I'm saying? What's going to be your response if Stevenson takes a L? Nothing, because I never said it was going to be a blowout. I never said this is boxing. Like, if you look at the paperwork of Shakur Stevenson, this is his hardest test. This fight, the reason why you gotta love Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson fight, I don't care what anybody says, this is the best opponent that they both are fighting to this day. Both. So, whatever you guys want to say, I do favor Shakur. Not by. I just think that he's just the more complete fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I believe in it. Sanchez, Strange Six, Dímelo Papito, ¿Cómo estamos? What's popping? I think he washes Martin. Frank is too repetitive, and that is true. He is very repetitive, and being with a guy like Shakur Stevenson, repetitive is not good because he picks and chooses, and then what happens is that you're in the fight and he already knows what you're throwing, so it's bad news. But the thing about it is that has he been repetitive because he hasn't really needed to be like what you say. He never needed to be more what's a good word I'm looking for here? Uh More defined, more my head's all over the place today. More not a word that's not predictable. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't needed to be. I think he washes Martin is too repetitive. He hasn't needed to be crafty in there. He hasn't needed to be that. So because of that, versatile. There it is. That's a way better word right there. I'm going like in a blah right now. I don't know where it was. I think I was in a bad mood because I got a message or some shit. I just wasn't really. Martin is not athletic enough for Shakur. No, I disagree. I think Frank Martin is definitely athletic. He's definitely athletic. He used to be a football player, a wrestler. He's definitely athletic. Um, it's too repetitive. A Derrick James thing. I don't know if they are coaches on their attributes. He has a style of behind the jab first. Yeah, but a lot of coaches have the style of behind the, and that's why it's good to be crafty in there. You know what I'm saying? Start like, if you're not, start something with like a hook and a right hand first. You know what I'm saying? Or a right hand and a hook. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear not one excuse. But say something else, reach. You know what I'm saying? Say something else. Tell me something that you didn't like that I said for you to say something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like talk to me nice. You know what I'm saying? These one part sentences of it gotta make sense, my brother. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. I mean, I think I do think that Shakur Stevenson wins by decision. Um, I would have to see if Frank Martin comes in and breaks his will. I haven't seen Shakur do that yet, but it's not. This is boxing. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Derrick James was a bad professional, so I don't expect him to coach no better than he boxed. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. Some of the best boxers were the worst trainers, and that's facts. Mayweather, Roy Jones, James Toney, even Buddy McGirt. I love Buddy, but Buddy, you don't even have anybody in American that's fighting with you, and you haven't produced. You got one champion. You've had a couple champions, Dillian White. You got the dude, the 160-pounder middleweight, Tommy Grams. Who can Frank spar with to emulate a Shakur style? I mean, right now you got nobody. Right now you got nobody. And then what sucks about that shit, if there is somebody, they're cool with Shakur and they're not even gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But with Derek, you see the same flaws in all his fighters. I do believe that he doesn't. I think he peaked with all his fighters. That's what y'all mean. Like he peaked with all of them, and to the point that we haven't got to see a variant with him. This delusion that Stevenson is unbeatable is that has made me root for Frank. You be rooting for people for all the wrong reasons. And that's what I say, never. I mean never bet in boxing. Abdullah Mason will be a great sparring partner, but like I said, remember I just said that shit? I said that there's nobody that is not Shakur's friend that will go to that camp that can emulate it. Because another one, yeah, Abdullah Mason is that a good one though, for sure. He could spar with someone like Hector Garcia, maybe. Hector Garcia, yeah, but he ain't no fucking Shakur Stevenson. He don't got he don't got a distance control. He doesn't have great defense. He's not a slick fighter, so I don't know. I mean, he's just a southpaw, honestly. Uh, Frank not used to fighting southpaws. No, he's not. And then you got, Shakur that is. You know what I'm saying? Shakur has been, working with Bud a lot, Abdullah Mason. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Shushu's not a southpaw. He's not a southpaw, so it's like, but he's really good though. Shushu's really good. Who do we got? We got Tommy Graham. Shushu not doing it. No, not at all. Not at all. It's the same thing as like, who do you bring in for a Tank? Southpaw that can smash that hard. Pause, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? It's true. It's true. Smash the like, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. If we don't get 30 likes, I'm out of here. We don't get 30 likes in like 5 minutes, I'm out of here. In 2 minutes, I'm out of here. Blind Faith, Abdul, Robisi, Shakur sparring partners, Mean Camp. He got everybody. Shakur got everybody that if you wanted to, with roughly about the same fights. What makes you believe that Stevenson is much more experienced? Look at the amateur pedigree, the international amateur pedigree. You got one guy that has under 30 fights as an amateur framework, and then you got Shakur Stevenson that's closer to 90 fights. That's a big difference, and has been in the international level, which means that he's seen every style possible. That's what I see as well. When it comes down to, you gotta do your homework before they even enter the pros. To be real, you gotta really do your homework before they even enter the pros. Nobody can prepare you for Frank at 135. Okay, I mean, why couldn't a Keyshawn Davis do it? Why couldn't a? I think if you're sparring with Terrence Crawford, which is one of the best boxers today, I think he prepares you for any good southpaw. All you gotta do is emulate a certain thing. So I don't know. I disagree with it. His Olympic medalist. He is an Olympic medalist. Yep, silver medalist. I said Tank, not Frank. Oh yeah, Tank. There's not. I mean, they got that Asian dude, right? They got, I guess, that Asian dude that was the mule for Tank. I guess he's a southpaw that can really crack, and he's pretty decent. I've seen him fight. Just not. I don't know. He's definitely not no Tank Davis. The footwork is different. Shakur um, has under the lights experience pressure. Absolutely, he does. Absolutely. Um, Talk to me, Reach. You gotta give me. You want to debate? You gotta debate better than this. Taking Shakur spar Africa, skills on skills, plus Smoke Crawford to spar. I don't know about smoking Crawford, but definitely crazy. Mill, do you think that Shakur Stevenson versus Martin is really going to happen, or is it bullshit? No, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's definitely gonna happen. The key thing was PBC willing to do it, and I feel like PBC is going in a limb to, regardless. This is my opinion. I think this is the stepping stone to show after Frank Martin fights Shakur, be prepared for Tank Davis to fight Frank Martin, win or lose, for a measuring stick to fight Shakur Stevenson. You tell me, what do y'all think? I think so. Because if Shakur beats him, goes the distance, Shakur's gonna stop him, and then they're gonna say, "Yo, look who you fought Frank. I stopped Frank. You beat Frank." You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be that controversy, and that people are gonna really want that fight. With the Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis. I think that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a close fight, it's a close fight. Rematch is willing to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's for a title, and you this is what, and then PBC is so smart, right? They said top rank, you do it. So now the difference is that Frank Martin is not a known fighter yet. You know what I'm saying? He's not really well known. Trust me, I know. So I interviewed so many guys, right? James Toney hasn't seen him fight. Shane Mosley hasn't seen him fight. Buddy McGirt hasn't seen him fight. Imagine how many people haven't seen him fight. You put him into the top rank fight, you're gonna have over probably 900,000 people watching that fight for free, which is awesome, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting that fight for free. Hallelujah. We're getting that fight for free. So we're getting that fight for free. And everybody gets to see Frank Martin, and all he has to do is have a great performance, win or lose. You know what I'm saying? Split decision on Shakur Stevenson is a win. If you really think about it, a split decision loss against Shakur Stevenson, while people are saying that Shakur Stevenson hasn't lost any rounds, that's a win in my book, to be honest with you. And then another measuring stick for Tank Davis and a measuring stick for Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis down the line. Here we go. I look right to see where you're going with this. Yes, it's true. Casuals have seen Martin fight. Yeah, casuals, basically all, basically Errol Spence casual fans. Really, you know what I'm saying? Who you got, Tank or Devin? I think Tank. That's a good fight. The reason why it's a good fight is because, well, it could be a good fight for some people and be a bad fight for some people. Kind of reminds me of, remember when Canelo fought Billy Joe Saunders, and Billy Joe Saunders was moving around, moving around. Oh, even better yet, Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant. That's how I think that fight could go down. I think that fight could go down like that. That Caleb Plant's moving all the way around the ring for 9, 10, 11 rounds. Then Tank hits him. The length is going to be the difference. I think that, to me, in my opinion, I think that Tank got better footwork than Devin, because their smaller, short feet can change angles real quick. The pivots are faster, but you got Haney with the long legs, so he can get out of traffic, easily. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good fight, but it's like, I don't know. Born fight until Tank catches him, and then everybody goes freaking wild. That's how that fight goes. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe Tank will get him. Like, he will touch him. You know what I'm saying? Versus Stevenson, I could see Stevenson having a better time in there with Tank. But for sure, Mill said he said drop the link, stop ducking. What we talking about? I can't articulate over text as well. There are multiple variables that you haven't discussed. Okay, well, speak upon them, bro. Speak upon them. Frank has nothing to lose. He beats Stevenson. Tank is the next fight. 35% chance to win versus Shakur. I like it. Lopez versus Tank 50-50. Lopez Tank is a good fight. I like the fight because you got somebody that could actually hurt you back. I think when it comes to defense, I think that Tank got a better defense, but I also think that Lopez is more athletic, and they're both athletic. I agree with I agree with that fight though. I think that's one of the biggest fights you make at 140 pounds. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. They both got to just make sure they do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying. All pressure. The pressure is on Shakur. Yeah, there is a lot of pressure on Shakur. You know what I'm saying. But then again, Shakur becomes victorious. Remember, Shakur is one of those dudes that he wants the belts. He demands it. You know what I'm saying? And that's for a title for the WBC. You know, he's gonna be in his high pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets a title at 135. Let's be real. Mills, your top 5 prospects and contenders. Prospects, well, I look at it like this. Um, top prospects. I like Jared Anderson as a heavyweight. I really do. I think he's a small heavyweight, but I feel like if they move him the correct way, he could become champion. Because a lot of these guys that are, big heavyweights right now, um, they're getting old. You know what I'm saying? So they got to wait him out. You know, but he has the best movements. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, him and Tyson Fury, but I overheard that him and Tyson they've been going crazy. I think that Xander Zayas is a great, great prospect. I think you have to see him. I think that Keyshawn Davis is an amazing prospect. I think that Shushu Carrington is an amazing prospect. Because you can't call Shushu a contender yet. You really can't. Who else? Abdullah Mason, an amazing prospect. Who else we got here? Who else we got here? Can you call a David Morrell a prospect knowing that he's under 10 fights? Like, you possibly can. I like Andy Cruz, but the thing that I don't like about Andy Cruz is that he's going for the IBF route, and he's already in the top 15, and he's going to be fighting some dope fighters. And on top of it, he's not sitting on his punches. He has great movement, but I don't like that he don't sit on his punches. And I think a big puncher, like there's other guys out there that could really put a beating on him, but he's there. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely there. Yeah, Morrell is a prospect, so you got to put Morrell. If anything, Morrell's probably the number 1 prospect on that list, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's when contenders. We got talk to me about like contenders in what weight class. Tell me what contenders in what weight class, and I'll let you know. Bruce Carrington is a good prospect. All these prospects have been getting tested. Absolutely, David Benavidez or Bubu Andre. I got David. Um, he's with Bozy now. He will get there. Yeah, but it's like you could be with a great trainer, but sometimes when you get in there and you have the pedigree that he has as an amateur. Remember, Andy Cruz really perfected the amateur craft. He's gotten back. He's gotten really good at it, and he's won lots of fights with it. Sometimes because you're always winning fights like that, you tend to go back to that. So that's what I believe. That's why I think about Devin Haney too. It's like Devin Haney, he's so used to winning fights with the back foot. So for him to change something when everything's been working, he'll always go back to that. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz beats Spence at 154. Now, now that Spence is not on point, he's not good anymore. Yeah, I think that Spence fights anybody with a punch and gets clipped. It's gonna be bad news for him. I think that I'm with James Toney on this one. Anytime he gonna get knocked out left and right now. You know what I'm saying? Remember this live when I said it. Remember this live when I said it. Um, Nevertheless, guys, any more questions? What you think is EJ is washed. You think is EJ washed? I think so. I think that he's just that took a lot out of him, bro. Look at him, bro. He looked like he got into another car crash. You know what I'm saying? It would be a war. It would be a war, but then you got the younger guy. Then another thing too is like Virgil Ortiz. Why can I think he's going back to college right now? I think he stopped boxing really. Like once you start talking about college and stuff like that, you really not trying to be a contender anymore. So are we going to ignore the Rivera versus Frank because that Frank beat Stevenson? But I mentioned that was a great performance. Like that was an amazing performance from Frank. You don't get People don't beat Michelle Rivera like that. That's when you know that Frank got the goods. That's when I knew Frank got the goods. I bet on Michelle Rivera. I even told Frank that. I said, "Yo, I had money on Frank, on Michelle. You took that, so I'm gonna be riding for you." You know what I'm saying? Regis versus Russell. I think Russell, man. Russell, yeah. That's a good fight though. I like that. Blind Faith. That's a good fight right there. Spence has doubt in his mind. He does, and we can't. Once you have that, we have to see how he recovers from that. You know what I'm saying? People just think it's a physical thing. It's a mental thing. Ask Anthony Joshua. He made this job non-existent. He was a master of his craft. See, you're throwing that word master, master at his craft. He beat Michelle Rivera. He took his soul from the power, but a master of his craft. Remember, he does a lot of things basic and repetitive, and that's the only reason why I can't say master. Because when you're a master, you're using all these different types of punch counts. You're using different. You're not using the same combinations. Um, how you see Usyk versus Wilder? I think Usyk is good. I think he's really good. He has the best footwork. He's awkward, but it's hard to count Wilder out because he has good distance control. And this piece right here, he could do it with the jab now. With Malik, has been working with that, and instead he could feint the jab and go straight with the right hand. So it's like it's really, really, really that's perfecting the right hand. That's a master of their craft of the right hand. You know what I'm saying? And it's basic. It's one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing. When you know boxing fight. Like, tell me, what's the master of you know Frank Martin's craft? What are you speaking upon? What craft are you speaking upon? What part of it? You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's a lot to say right there. How you see Tio and Devin? I see Tio beating Devin on just remember when you seen Devin getting frustrated by Lomachenko. He had him in the corner. The punches were kind of getting him like frustrated, stuff like that. I don't think you even got time for Tio to think that way. He hits you as a bomb, and it's gonna mess you up. Ask my man, the guy that had I gotta go back into my shit. I interviewed him. It's one of my first lives. Um, okay, Jorge Linares. Jorge Linares said to me, he said, "Yo, Tia will knock out Devin straight up." They sparred, and obviously you know that Jose Linares fought Haney. Haney got hit with that right hand, started moving on his bike the whole fight. Didn't want to engage after that. I think that Linares don't got the legs that Tio got, and that's going to be the difference maker of power meets counter punching meets explosiveness. And I think that Devin's good at what he does, but he's not as explosive as Tio. He doesn't hit as hard as Tio, and he doesn't have enough dog as Tio. There's so many reasons why I say Tio beats him. There's other people that don't think otherwise too. You know what I'm saying? People think that Devin's a better boxer. So I mean that's just what it is. But I think Tio wins that fight, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'll be betting on that fight for sure. Spence don't go for a knockout. Elijah, he just threw. Okay, you're talking to somebody else. I see Devin beating Devin's his power. Okay. He's trying to knock out Bud. Okay. Haney literally only got 9 professional fights, in my opinion. The Mexico shutdown count. Yeah, I don't count the Mexican fights for sure. Why do you believe that Earl Spence isn't a Hall of Famer right now? What do you mean? There's some people right now that don't got him on the pound for pound right now. You know what I'm saying? And what? Just because you're unified? So you unified. You got 3 belts. You unified. First of all, who'd you beat for those belts? All right? Who'd you beat for those belts? All right? Another thing, right? There's a lot of unified champions that were never in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So right now, if he retires, I believe that Terrence Crawford becomes Hall of Famer way before Errol Spence is, for sure. They wouldn't disrespect Terrence like that. He struggled when he has to come to look out of his fight before Josh Taylor. He is only good when you're coming to get him. That is true, but how do you win a fight if you don't come get me? You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about, hey, we're not talking about Mills. I hear there's whispers of a tournament coming. Have you heard anything of this? What do you mean by that, blind faith? Talk Mills, Eddie. Tommy Graham's at the building. Yo, Mills, Ortiz should fight Martin before he gets the opportunity to fight Stevenson. Martin, I like to see it. I like to see that fight too. Spence is a HOF first. A ball it right now. He is Las Vegas HOF and not Wyatt, New York City. Spence only had 6 title fights, so happens it was his last 6 fights. And they had everybody in their downfall. So yeah, I know they don't count that shit, but that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Not means master is making something look significantly with a minimal effort. But what? That's the thing that I want to know. Like, what part of what does he do that's a master class? Like, is it the distance? Is it his defense? Is it the 1-2? Is it what is it? Like, is it his catch and shoot? What is it that's master class? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. Davis versus Haney is in the works. Don't take that long for Hearn to find a venue. I don't know if that's gonna happen soon. I heard whispers on a boxing tournament for the 135 belts. Have you heard anything close to this being true? I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna do some research on it. But I can see that happening. I can see that happening, but I see that there's gonna not all the belts are gonna be at top rank either. So, we might not even get a Davis Haney. Yeah, that I don't see that happening right now, guys. I really don't. We might never get that fight. So listen, Davis is going to be campaigning at 135 for a little bit more longer. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end of his career, I see him throwing a couple 140 bouts. So when he gets to 140, that's when he gets Haney, and by that we might even see Shakur and Tank at 140 as well. We might not even see it at 135. How you got Haney versus Regis? I think that's a 50-50 fight. I don't really know how to lean towards it. I feel like Devin can really get away with a decision off of just shooting the jab and making a boring fight. But does Regis have the patience? Does he get crafty in there? Does he throw head feints, foot feints? He needs to catch that jab a lot. He needs to parry that jab a lot. And if he can find his timing and land big shots on Haney, I think that it can go the other way around. But other than that, I think Haney can get away with a win. I think that he can definitely get away with a win. But that's another thing. If Regis don't feel that power, he's gonna take way more risks. So that's an interesting fight. It's really interesting fight. I lean a little towards Haney in the fight, but you can't count Regis out. You can't. I had Regis in the beginning after seeing his last fight and seeing and then I studied the Cepeda fight and I wondered why he was able to outbox Cepeda. Now I know why, because Cepeda couldn't move backwards. So Haney can move all directions, you know. How you see Shakur versus Teo? I don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. Cause let's be honest, Teo got power to hurt anybody at 135 and change the game. But I also see Shakur boxing the shit out of fucking Teo too. Not saying that Teo can't fight, but he's really, yo, Shakur Stevenson is the sharpest fighter in the game right now. He's definitely the sharpest fighter in the game right now. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Devin still ain't signed. Why he talking about anything but a signature? Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with it. Now they're saying more December talk. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. Pretty soon, Regis is mandatory as Martin. And I don't know if he's waiting for Martin, to be honest with you. You can't ask Mill Puerto Rican questions. Nah, you can ask me any Puerto Rican question, because in reality, Shakur Stevenson is Puerto Rican, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And he happens to be one of the best defensive fighters in the game, or the best defensive fighter in the game. That's facts. Tang is the best out of all of them, but he ain't willing to be great. Hey, I mean, timing is everything, bro. Remember, this is a business, so always be patient. This is a business, and you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to PBC, they're one of the best to ever, when it comes down to the guys that are wealthy and that have made the most money in boxing, PBC is one of them. So the way they manage their fighters is the way they, grasp them. This Ortiz win versus Frank, I think that's a good fight. I think that Ortiz got what it takes to beat Frank for sure. For sure. I mean, he said, I don't know if you've seen the interview, but Ortiz said that he'll make Frank look like Errol Spence, and he's Terrence Crawford. I don't know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a great fighter. That boy, you a nigga from Newark. Nah, I ain't from Newark, bro. Fuck that. Uh, Tank got to fight Inoue. Inoue said, "Why not? He's moving up in the weight. The only way Inoue is gonna get that fight is if he proves himself in a higher weight class. Get into the 130s first, bro, and then talk. You know what I'm saying? If you really, if your power it travels that much, you got the skills though, for sure. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Let's get with this. I reached the mean. Man can be cool. Oof. Oof. I don't know. And Jermaine's my boy too. And Jermaine's half Puerto Rican, so you can't say much. Loma and Tank. Loma and Tank's a good fight, but I think I got Tank with a body shot. Let's go live. Let's go live. Talk about it. How you see Loma versus Tank? I see Loma. I think Tank hits him with a body shot, fucks them all up. That's what I think. I think that it's gonna be tricky. But remember, the biggest thing about with Tank when it comes to some of the guys that outbox him, they're all taller than him. With Loma, that's not. You're gonna see the same size. So now we're just going with the battle of the footwork. And then Shakur, and then they're both southpaws too. So all of that great attributes that Loma possesses, Tank got a lot of those too. You know what I'm saying? He's just a little more craftier in there than Tank is. But Tank is a technician off of the way he scores his knockouts. So I got Tank by messing you the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Shushu versus Robisi Ramirez, firefight. I think that Shushu needs more experience. Before that happens, Robisi got a big punch. I would love to see that fight. I think Shushu needs like three 3 to 4 more fights for a fight like that. I think so. And then he gotta move himself up into the rankings. His competition is getting better though, for sure. But Robisi is remember Robisi is the guy that beat um, Shakur Stevenson in the amateurs. He got the gold medal. That's the reason why Shakur got a silver medal. Um, Loma and Tank is a death match. I see Stretcher coming out. Yeah, man. And plus, Lomachenko's getting old. You know what I'm saying? He is. I got Shushu in that. I don't blame you. He got the skills for sure. Blind Faith, good fight. Absolutely great fight. Pound for pound, Ken Shakur, average punch stats is that the highest in boxing. It was Bivol not long ago. Shakur passes Bivol in his last fight. He gets hit 5.5 punches per round. That's very low. Yo, and can you believe that we're comparing a lightweight punch stats to a light heavyweight punch stats? That's crazy. That's supposed to show you what type of guy Demetrius Bivol is. You know what I'm saying? If he's not on your pound for pound top 5, I don't know what's wrong with you. Blind Fate, Mills, Shushu, and Robisi Ramirez already sparred each other. Why Robisi was so clean in his last fight. Yeah, no, absolutely. I remember that. Absolutely. What you think about me saying I like Maine over everybody but Tank? I don't know, man. I mean, Jermaine's a really great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Out of Massachusetts, he's a great fighter. He could have did a little bit more to prove to everybody. I thought he beat Loma. Um, I don't got nothing bad to say about that. No, I don't. I don't really got nothing bad to say about that. I think he beats Devin Haney too. Honestly, Tank got to fight Martin. Wow, how you see that one? I think. I think Tank got a lot more different variations to his game, but I think Frank Martin possesses a lot of things that can give Tank trouble. I think that they both have similarities and within like they both want people to come at them. You know what I'm saying? They're more of a counter punchers and distance fighters. I think that what I like about Tank is that his lateral movement of being able to set up traps. I don't think Frank sets as much traps as Tank does. And I think that's what's special about Tank. Smash the like button if you like what I'm saying here. You know what I'm saying? Tank got a Tank got enough boxing skills to match Loma, but with the way more power, Shane Big Nose and Mr. Narcissist hold him back. He talk about Leonard. Uh, Tank could be so much greater. Stay tuned though. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I want to see Shakur in a fight with the top guys. I do too, and it's gonna happen. I think that Shakur is never in a whack fight. Right now, Shakur is never going to be in a whack fight from now on. Guaranteed. Blind faith. Keyshawn versus Ortiz. I think Ortiz got too much. It's a good fight, but I think because Ortiz hits harder, that's a good fight. But I got Ortiz in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Keyshawn. It's just what it is. I see some impatience with Keyshawn. And I see the different level of Keyshawn and Shakur. I could definitely see it. Plus, I hear some stories in the gym. Smash the like button. Blind faith in the building. You already know. We in the building. Get the likes up, guys. Pound for pound king. You already know. Let's blow this up. Let's go. Let's blow this up. We almost had 30 people. You know what I'm saying? We got 34 likes. Let's blow it up. I know we got new people in the building. Who you got, Ortiz or Lopez? Oof, good fight. They fought in the amateurs. Lopez won. Um, Good fight. Good fight. I love these fights you guys mentioned. These are really dope fights. That's a good fight right there. I want to leave that one alone. I think that I think that Lopez is more Lopez is more sharper. Lopez is more explosive. Jermaine is more defensively responsible. That's a good fight. That's going to be the battle of the will there. That's going to be the battle of the will for sure. Boxing Jaguar 40 Lopez. You got Lopez. That's a great fight, though. You know what I'm saying? Bringing back the amateur fights, bringing to the pros, all of them, all of them. He can't pick. It's too Puerto Rican. Nah, Lopez ain't Puerto Rican. He's Honduras. He's Honduras. You know what I'm saying? That's straight Latino, but I like it. I like that fight, though. Mills, your top 5 all-time fighters. Whippity. That's all time. All right. Well, I hope you guys like old school fighters, because when we talk about all time, we gotta go with the guys that win 15 rounds, right? So I'm gonna start with Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Number one, Sugar Ray Robinson. Number two, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And number three, um, I really enjoyed watching Pernell Whitaker at number four. And see, nobody's Puerto Rican right there. But my last one is Puerto Rican. With number five, I got Wilfredo Benitez. Number five. Those are my guys right there. Boxing Fight Jim, who do you got for this next fight? For, for next fight, Colbert. Colbert's going to be fighting Ryu Venezuela for the rematch, and I got Ryu winning because he deserved to win the first time. Sugar Ray, yeah, man, Sugar Ray. Robinson was fucking a beast. He used to hit mad hard. Used to pick his shots dope. And then you had Sugar Ray Leonard. You don't even know how many punches per round he was throwing. Floyd, he's in my top 10, but not my top 5. Floyd fought a lot of guys that were on their way out. And I like the old school fighters that they fought everybody. They rematched, they did trilogies, and they fought 15 rounds. And I don't think you can measure up, your 2000s to the 2015 fighters to back in the days. That's just my opinion. Matis. We got Matias Lopez breakdown, your pick. I already talked about this shit, man, but it's a big fight. It's a big fight. Like I said, you got Lopez, right? That his he has probably one of the fastest first steps in boxing today, right? Very explosive, right? So he can get in there and then he could pull out. His pull out game is not as good. Pause. His pull out game is not as good as Shakur's pull out game, but he's also his first step is very explosive. Then he knows how to pivot and catch an angle, which I think that's beautiful about him. But the problem is with Matias, once you get into the zone and he times you, you're murked. You're done. And then, the good thing that they have similarities is, which I would love to see. I think that's like a beautiful fight because their catch and shoot game is lit, both of them. I think Matias is better. But I think that Lopez, he's like second best when it comes to the catch and shoot game. Very similar. We've seen that, Terrence Crawford's catch and shoot game was great. You know what I'm saying? You also got Boots. Boots' catch and shoot game is real great too. You know what I'm saying? Other guys that, Boots and Lopez, they fought each other in the amateurs as well. But that's my breakdown on that. And then whoever, if Tio cannot stay in the mid range and keep using his legs and being explosive and just make Matias catch him, because remember, Lopez is best when you're going at him, and Matias, that's all he does is go at you. So that's why it's such a fire fight. But then if he stays complacent, Matias is going to go at him, and I think anybody that stays in the zone with Matias for 3 seconds is in some trouble. I agree again. Best catch and shoot game in 175, Callum Smith. Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, you know whose catch and shoot game is not bad at 175? Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard's catch and shoot game is not bad. Bevo and Better Beef, super fight. I think Bevo, um, the volume punching, the in and out, he has the length. He'll be fine. I think Better Be with the 100% KO ratio at the age that he's at now. When do you slow down? Like, there got to be a time that you slow down. And I think this is by the time they meet, they're going to slow down. Bevo wins that fight by decision. Um, but then Better Be stops him. I can see that, but can you get to him? That's the thing. Can you get to him? I know he's very underrated. His boxing ability is very underrated as well. He's a monster. I mean, I know people that sparred him, and people say that nobody could take his punch. Nobody could stay in camp with him for Everyone that goes to camp with him, they out. 3 days, they're out. Like they can't continue to stay sparring with Better Beef. He has one of the hardest punchers in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez is. I got Benavidez in that fight, but then I also see Better Beef fucking up Benavidez as well, because in reality, right? Benavidez's legs, they're not like superly sturdy. He reminds me of what he looked like back in the days. A fat boy just getting tall. You know what I'm saying? Strong dude, but I think his power is more like the upper body and stuff like that, and his hips. So Better Beef is like strong from head to toe. I think his pinky toe is stronger than my bicep. That's how strong Better Beef is. Mills, I think Benavidez can beat Better Beef, and I can see the punching and getting away in the boxing. Like he could box way better than Better Beef. Like that's my opinion. And the volume punching and shit like that. Better Beef got that hammer fist. Absolutely, absolutely. Does Bomac win Trainer of the Year? He should. He should. One of the best wins in boxing, right? And then get the revenge fight right after. I think you got to give it to him, right? Normal. I'll pick the boxer, but that one punch from Better Beef by stoppage is it's crazy. It's hard to deal with a guy that punches that hard and to bet against him. You know what I'm saying? Uh, put some respect on Better Beef. You don't. I respect him, but if you look at the art of Bivol and the art of Benavidez, all right, without being biased, but I think I favor a little bit Better Beef, a little bit. But if age doesn't come into factor, you know what I'm saying? If it's the Better Beef we're used to, Better Beef. If it's one step less, I think a guy like Benavidez and a guy like Bivol beats Better Beef if he doesn't come in what we're used to. You know what I'm saying? What we're used to. I think that's very important. We got to see the same Better Beef that we always seen. Smash the like button if you like what I'm talking about here. Smash the like button. Bivol got the second best difference in boxing. I think you're missing a word there. Anthony Yard strong. He lost a couple fights. Yeah, he's alright. I think he's more like a bodybuilder, but he good though. He nice though. He nice, but when he lost to Better Beef, you seen that there was complete different levels of power. You know what I'm saying? He just couldn't handle the power. Sometimes, like guys like Anthony Yard, Anthony Joshua, you built by weightlifting. And in boxing, that's not what it's about. Because if you like physically strong from head to toe and you just built like that by blood, your chin reacts with it. You know what I'm saying? And those guys' chins don't match their body type. And some people can, like Mayweather said, you can you can throw it, but you can't dish it. Or you can dish it, but you can't absorb it, or some shit like that. Or no, you can dish it, but you can't take it. So that's what I think about some of these fights and stuff like that. Thank you guys for tapping in with me, man. Much love to everybody on the channel. We chopped it up with a whole bunch of fights, and we just, I love talking boxing with y'all. Make sure y'all smash the like button. It's Morel, legit. I felt he hasn't been tested. Nah, he hasn't been tested, but he's making it's like him and Boots are like similar. You put them in there with a test, they're going to demolish them. But if you're not good enough, they're gonna make easy meat out of you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make easy meat out of you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should go train with Bozy Mills. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a cool thing. I think Yard. I'm kind of done with watching him. I want to see him. I want to see Yard and Zordo Ramirez. And what do y'all think about the Smith and Zorro Ramirez fight? That's coming up. Anthony Joshua and Yard both started boxing late. Absolutely. You gone, Mills. See you on the next one. Morel. See you guys, everybody. Everybody. I gotta grab something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go see what my girlfriend's doing. See if she, took a shower. Cause I'm gonna go eat on that too. Much love to you guys. Much love. Smash the like button right now, guys. Smash the like button before you leave. Tap in. Much love to you. Millcityboxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the Fighters Channel.